walk out, I hold Three's hand.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right, next.
All right, so moving over to where is it? Random. Where is it? Dang it! Where is it?
Someplace you can't see.
Yeah. It was right around here. Come on.
And now it's not. I'm sorry. I actually mean that. I don't know why I can't stop.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
all right, so you start looking around, Amber, for anything that might resemble an inn or a tavern, and you see something, and you see sort of a silly caricature of a person burning a candle at both ends.
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
Wait, I see a what? With burning candles?
You see a caricature of a person burning a candle at both ends.
Huh. Okay, Amber heads over.
All right. So you kind of look at that. You kind of look at the door, and you realize you're not going to fit inside.
It's human time!
Amber growls in annoyance and taps her amulet.
All right, you tap your amulet, and you transform into an elven woman.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah. You walk in, and you see a few patrons. They're like you see a couple humans, one dwarf, and quite a few elves.
Is there? Oh, God.
In the back, you see it. In the back, cleaning a tankard is an old female elf.
Okay.
Far wench, far wench.
Amber walks up.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can get you, madam?
How much for a barrel of your finest booze?
Barrel?
She's a big girl.
Jiminy Crick. Okay. Okay.
She walks. The innkeeper raises an eyebrow, and then she starts looking very intently at Amber's eyes. Then her eyebrows raise and says, "Sure, I think I can accommodate."
Oh boy.
Cripes. No, the eyes are the giveaway.
Yeah. She moves up. It's come with me to the back.
Amber follows.
Mercy.
All right. So you walk out the back door, and you see a couple tankards, and then all of them have carvings in them that say "Dragons Only."
Whoa.
Amber smiles in relief.
Oh, you're not the only dragon patron I've had.
I was starting to suspect my forgiveness for my arrogance.
It's fine. So, dearie, what would you like? Something sweeter, something a little more bitter, or just something very, very powerful?
Is there a possibility for all the above?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no! We're gonna have a very drunk dragon.
Oh boy.
But she kind of blinks twice. You want to buy all three of these?
If
Can
there's
you pay
anything
for
in
them?
all in one, if there's not an all in one, I'll take the strongest.
All right. Unfortunately, we do not have an all-in-one, but she moves it. It's like she immediately detaches the barrel. And she looks over and says, "You can change back."
Amber immediately taps the amulet.
Oh. We're gonna have an interesting night, folks.
Oh, boy.
She hands you the barrel and says, "That'll be 2 gold pieces."
What?
2.
What?
Amber fumbles a minute. Excuse me?
2 gold pieces.
For a barrel.
I mean, in dragon size, it would pretty much be a cup, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, Amber is a little uneducated in dragon ethics, so she's like, what?
Yes, you have to pay for your ale.
Of course, Amber just fumbles for her money and gives 2 gold pieces. Dumbfoundedly.
Yeah, don't question it.
So there's just drag to... Okay.
All right.
Well, in that
we go from
case,
0 to 1.
It's like you see it. Yeah, it's like she bites the coins and then she puts them into a very, very small bag, and then she kind of beckons you a little closer.
Yes.
She snaps her fingers and her eyes briefly flash reptilian.
Ooh.
My apologies, ma'am.
With a very wide smile, she says, "Have a nice evening."
Goodbye, Amber. We barely knew.
Amber looks at her dumbfounded, kind of realizes I could have bought more, and she probably will, then proceeds to punch a hole in the barrel and starts chugging.
Oh my gosh!
Boy. Don't dragon and drunk, kids.
No!
Don't dragon and drink,
He
kids.
is right. He is right. Don't do that, kids.
Yep.
Oh man.
I mean, okay, for the record, even in real life, I would never do this. I am not a drinker. I cannot. I've had a drink once in a blue moon. I am not a drinker.
Right.
I know.
Was it naturally brewed?
That's the beauty of roleplay.
All right. So while that's happening, what's Owen and Ivan doing?
Well, Ivan, like I said, is going out to the streets to try and get some money by, doing like a little street performance. I'm not sure if Owen went with him or if he went somewhere else.
All right. What is Owen doing?
Owen is kind of just witnessing Amber get into a drunken stupor, I suppose.
So he went to the tavern too.
Yeah, he's just watching.
Okay, Amber doesn't even know he was following, so she's that oblivious right now. Okay.
Oh man! All right, Ivan, roll perform check.
Well, before I do, I'm gonna say what my song is gonna be.
Okay.
So basically, Ivan kind of like he finds a nice open spot where there's a bunch of people standing around. He brings his lute along, and he also has a little sack that people can put coins in. He shuffles through the sheet music in his backpack to try and find the proper song to play, but as we said before, given his emotional state, he's not really comfortable playing a song that only has one theme because his emotions are kind of all over the place right now. So he decides to do what anyone back in Cumelis would do and kind of just try and wing it a little bit. So what he plays a song about a warrior basically going throughout his life. And with each phase of the song, his delivery and the music that he plays on his lute changes. It starts with the warrior being afraid to go to war, and then the anger against the enemy, and then the sadness for his fallen comrades, and then finally the happiness for when he comes back to his family. So it's basically a mixture of a bunch of emotions in one song.
All right. Roll your perform check, buddy.
So after that interlude...
Not good?
Alright.
So he decides he's winging it.
Yep, roll your perform check.
Ooh.
Alright. Because you gave a very vivid description, I'm giving you a small bonus. So as you're playing your tune, a couple people give smiles as they walk by, and they start dropping a couple coins in, small group of kids stay for about 2 minutes before leaving, and that it's mostly the adults that are giving you money, and you have managed to pick up 60 gold.
Not bad. And Ivan gives a big thank you to everybody before he goes, and he feels a little bit better now.
That was a very vivid description, and yet somehow it still doesn't top that duet.
No, nothing's ever going to top that.
Hana is sort of just bouncing around all the open air places, but then when she sees Ivan packing up and leaving, she follows him because she doesn't know where everyone else went.
All right. All right.
I assume we meet up with Hana and Ivan.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff here.
Jeez, I haven't seen someone this excited since since Rain.
Rain.
What?
All right.
Phase kind of falls a little bit. I wonder how he's doing.
Well, we're on the surface now. You should be able to scry him.
I'm almost afraid to. We still don't know how much time has gone by since we've been gone. We should go see Arden first, at very least.
Actually, looking around, where's Owen and Amber?
They went to the big building with the candle thingy.
Candle
thing?
Oh no!
I whispered to Faye, get floating disc prepared just in case.
Floating disc? I might need telekinesis for this one.
I feel so bad for laughing at that because that's such a nerdy joke. We are such nerds. Oh my gosh.
You say in the middle of our D&D campaign,
yeah, that's been
Dungeon
going
Master.
on for this many episodes.
Okay, so Amber, roll fortitude save.
Watch me fail.
I don't know if I hope you fail or hope you succeed. Either way has beautiful consequences.
Fail, I admit.
Here we go.
Well, un momento.
Chug.
Okay, I'm in the wrong spot. Give me a second.
She already chugged 2, so I mean,
need to go to stats. Fortitude.
Well,
I might do it right. Oh, look at that. I did okay.
Pretty good.
Darn it.
Yeah. You feel buzzed.
Oh boy.
Not buzzed enough.
Oh no, come on. Don't actively try to get drunk.
Oh, yeah, that is entirely what she's trying to do.
Oh no.
Oh mercy.
I think we walk into the tavern to see Owen just gazing at Amber.
I'm getting ready to pay for my third.
And then what do you call it? Ivan kind of goes over to Owen and just kind of nonchalantly whispers, "How many barrels?"
I think you need to ask her that question.
I'm afraid to.
I'd like another, please.
She flashes 2 fingers.
Oh,
Yep, Amber tosses it to her.
So she moves up. She moves over and she brings out another barrel.
Amber, how many of those have you had already?
Not enough.
Oh,
That's not an answer to my question.
That is an answer for me. Amber punches the barrel and goes for it.
Okay. Amber, roll another fortitude save.
If you nat 20 this, I will fall over laughing.
Yeah, this is my third barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. Yeah, okay.
Whatever
Your
this
tolerance is like through the roof.
Yeah, it's you're feeling. Yeah, it's all you really have is just this pleasant burn through your feeling through your body right now. It's like you're still cognizant and clear, but you You're feeling really good.
Oh, God.
Amber,
Yes, Faye.
have you forgotten what happened last time you got drunk?
Yeah, but Cross isn't here.
That's no.
Amber snarls.
You know, drinking isn't going to help anything long term.
It makes me feel better.
Right now,
you're
it
known.
doesn't.
You're known for making very short-term decisions, anyway.
Okay, Amber gets really angry at Ivan. Oh, now you speak!
Yeah. Now I speak because I actually have something to say. I thought before I spoke.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Amber picks up the barrel,
Uh,
crashes it in front of Ivan. After
Ivan doesn't
everything I threw on the line, you have the gall. Oh! Amber tosses another 2 bits to the barkeep.
No, you know
Okay,
what? He actually, Ivan takes
yeah,
those 2 gold and gives it back to Amber, and then he actually puts his 2 gold on the table. No, you know what? This one's on me.
a DMA.
If she wants to drink all her problems away, let her drink.
Maybe I will, since you don't care.
Hang on.
Oh boy.
DM. Can I?
You look around, and you see the other patrons in the inn are just kind of slowly turning towards you.
A DMA. Quickly move over to whoever is moving over to the barkeep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and actually, well.
Okay, I think I know what you're gonna do. Roll sleight of hand.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, please be good. Okay. Nope.
What?
Dang it.
Oh boy, what were you trying to do? Take it away.
He was trying to slip something into the drink.
Yeah. What happens is you're about to grab it, and all of a sudden the innkeeper just immediately grabs your hand.
Like, look. I try and say, look. She's not well. I need the second she gets more drunk, she's going to, do something very, very, very dangerous. This will just knock her out.
Roll diplomacy.
Okay, this will probably be a little better since I already rolled my net 1.
Do I need to roll another fortitude? That
Please
was my
don't
4th barrel.
Look. Please don't Jalarum look.
That was my 4th barrel.
33.
All right, she is like eyeing you very much right now.
I'm giving like a sympathetic, a sympathetic please look.
She very gently releases your hand.
I slowly pour half of it.
Half of it? I think that if we just want to knock her out for the night, we only need a drop.
Well,
Well, she is dragon.
it depends on.
Can I roll a listen check?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, you are drunk. That might be a
Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you get a penalty because of your inebriation.
Alright.
Okay. I'll reduce it to about a quarter. Okay.
All right.
I apologize, and I hand over. I give a good 5 gold tip. I apologize in advance.
She takes the gold and then she nods, but you notice that her eyes haven't left you.
I'm so I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
All right. So Amber chugs down the next barrel. Roll a. I'm gonna have to ask you to roll 3 fortitude saves.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
1.
2.
2.
Come on.
That's like a straight hand. That was good.
filled with rage, okay?
No, that's you. What the F?
I
Not in the garbage.
Yeah, you see her just chug the whole thing down, and she does nothing.
It's like, Jalm looks at the. Well, there goes 5 bits.
Amber? Wasn't
Amber looks at me, what do you think you're doing with a child in a tavern? Very irresponsible, Faye.
Look who's talking, oh ye of the drunken face.
Says the person with 4 or 5 empty barrels next to her.
Yes, at least I'm drinking in a bar and not in public.
I was just...
Amber, have you forgotten why we came to Nassau? We're supposed to go see Arden.
We were supposed to bury Rose in the woods, too. Didn't do that, did we?
Your friend wanted to see Rose.
Amber?
Doesn't he at least get to do that before we say goodbye?
Hey, go see him. I'll be right here.
Please, Amber.
You know what, Amber? Fine. If you're going to be that way and be this irresponsible brat and bottle up how you feel, despite knowing what it's led to in the past, go ahead and repeat your past mistakes.
Oh, she's made quite clear how she feels.
You hear a cough coming from the entrance. You see Shelter in the doorway. Is this a bad time?
They were just leaving, Amber yells over them.
Yeah, they were just leaving.
Ivan, come on. We need you to come with us, too.
Yeah, Amber's not moving. She's staying next to the barrels.
So Ivan, he does eventually leave, but he kind of stands up at the table so they're both eye length. If you make any decisions while we're gone, maybe try using your head instead of your heart. How about that?
Hana is kind of mad. So she saw how Amber thought of her being in the bar, so she sits on one of the barrels and watches her.
Lucid, stay with them.
So am I coming or staying? I think I'm coming, right?
I think you should come with us. I don't think Ivan and Amber should be around each other right now.
No.
Alrighty then.
Wow, this turned scary.
Yeah. So Shelter's like, well, follow me. All right. A tiny, humble little farmhouse on a hill rests, surrounded by wild farmland.
Nice place.
Let's go say hi, I suppose. And
wait, where's Shiloh and Rose?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It would be awkward if we left them at the tavern.
Well, yeah, that would be mildly awkward.
And by the way, that was so hard for me to do.
I know.
I did not like doing that.
I don't want to argue with Abby.
I don't like arguing either.
Oh my god.
Alright, anyways, continuing on.
But it's good for development.
Yes.
You two are amazing. And I don't know if I mean that in a bad or a good way.
Alright.
Come on, Ivan.
So.
It was hard.
I know, but sometimes we have to let them make their mistakes.
Shelter walks on the door, and you see a cloaked figure walk out.
Oh, Josh, where am I, by the way?
Down and to the right, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Excuse me.
you see a cloaked figure and a beard walk out, and he's holding a leather-bound journal. He looks up and his eyes just light up as he sees you. Jalarum? Faithurin?
Arden?
Arden?
Yes! It's me! he immediately runs over to Jalarum, gives him a hug, and then he pulls Faithurin into a hug too.
Oh! Good heavens!
Oh.
Hug time!
It's good to see you again. Where's Jaminia?
I point to the astral time, and that's where Faithurin is.
Faye has it in her pouch.
I point to the pouch.
Oh, well, I see that finally came full circle. Fantastic. He moves over to. I see you must be Ivan.
Yep, that's me. How are you?
I don't think we ever got fully acquainted. I mean, I've seen you before, just never actually had a conversation.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Handshakes or hugs?
I'm good with either.
Yee! Hugs!
He just gives him like a little hug around the head because he's really short.
Yeah, it's like he's so short. It's like, okay, this works.
He moves over to Owen, and he gives a small bow. I'm aware of your curse.
I imagine most everyone is nowadays.
But let it not be said that I still do not hold you in very high respect.
Silence.
Dead silence.
Oof.
That sounds about right.
He starts looking around. So, where's the dragon?
She's occupied at the moment. Let's leave it at that.
Doing something else right now.
He kind of looks around and says, And then he looks over to Shiloh. And then he looks at the small bundle on Shiloh's back. That's Rose, I'm guessing.
Faye nudges Jalarum over.
I'm sorry, Arden.
He very gently places his hand on her body, and then he moves over to Devane. Could you please fetch the dragon wherever she is? She's going to want to be present for this. Yes, Dad.
It's gonna be a hard time getting her over here.
Faye walks over to Arden. I need to know, were you already with Shelter over there when we first met? Is that why you never reacted to Jaminia?
We weren't together, but I knew of her.
Arden, there's something very important I must ask you.
What is it?
How long has it been since you last saw us?
He looks down and just kind of closes his eyes. 12 years.
12 years.
Do we look the same since we last left?
He looks at you and says, "You look like you haven't aged a day." Whereas me, he kind of strokes his beard a little bit.
Yes, I took note of that. You looked better with a goatee. Although perhaps I am biased towards goatees.
And then he just kind of rolls his eyes and says, "Well, not really my decision." You see Shelter make a small pucker face.
I wonder if I could convince Jalarum to shave fully.
Like, this is no.
Well,
And as Shelter moves up to Jalarum, what's the matter? She places her hand on his shoulder. You don't love your Amael enough to shave your face? Ooh, this is not a strong relationship.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Darn.
Faye comes over to her and says, "That's not necessary. I was really only teasing him anyway. It's
Shelter
cute
laughs.
cute on him.
I know, I'm just teasing.
Well, it's cute on him anyway." And she gives a smirk to Jalarum.
Oh. Jalo gives like a dorky laugh.
Arden moves over to Shiloh and says, you should all come with me. There's something you need to see.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, following.
Alright.
Following the leader.
Mhm.
Although the leader is following someone else. Ha ha!
Oof.
Yo, dog.
No.
Alright.
No. Voice. Boy.
Wow.
Child. You ain't chocolate enough to be pulling that off.
Alright.
Ooh.
Oh, let's go use the stairs. That's awesome.
Stay away from them, Jalarum.
Arden looks around and says, I had this made a long time ago. Rose disappeared without a word, so I thought she'd perished. But turns out I was right in the end.
I wish you weren't.
You see him. You hear him mutter a few words, and all of a sudden, a large gathering of elves and humans slowly appear from behind the trees and enter.
Oh.
Yeah.
This.
Yes. All right. Come, Shiloh. Let us lay a protector to rest. Ears splayed back, Shiloh follows Arden up the white stone steps. As they reach the top, Arden gently places her on the gravestone as if he were laying down a newborn babe. Shiloh lays down next to the grave, not so much as a whimper from him. Arden turns back to the party. Would anyone like to say a few words? He gestures towards Jalarum first.
Did Amber make it?
Okay. In a bit.
Okay.
I walk up. Rose, when it came to difficult topics, before we ventured into hell, you were the first person I bared my soul to. Because you were, out of all of us, you were our moral center. I know it's weird. A 30-year-old man asking advice from a 15-year-old. But I knew you as one of the wisest and And honestly, one of the brightest people I've met. I wish you would have been around a lot longer. Jalaram kneels and starts praying by Rose's corpse. Alana, I know I don't pray to you, but please protect Rose when she ascends to the heavens. As he does, he wipes away tears from his eyes when he says that, and walks back down.
Arden then points to Faethurin.
Faethurin picks up the lavender that she managed to get from Hana before stepping up. You and I didn't always get along. We had two very different views on how humanoids and nature should interact and exist together. But you were definitely someone that I trusted and I learned a lot from. You didn't deserve what happened to you. And I'm sorry that I pressured you so much to come with us. I know it was your decision in the end. But maybe if I hadn't pushed so hard, you wouldn't have come after us. And maybe you would still be here. We'll never know for sure, but know that you and the things that you taught us will never be forgotten. Faye lays the lavenders on, after cleaning the dirt off of them, she lays the lavenders on Rose, and she just gently kisses her forehead and then steps back down.
Arden then points to Ivan.
Alright. Rose, even though we didn't get to spend as much time together as I would have wanted, we did see eye to eye on a lot of things. We both believed that all creatures deserve life. We both agreed peace should always come before violence. The way you treated your animals, the way you treated your friends, it was all so beautiful. My people would be proud of what a kind, caring person you were. We went through a lot of challenges when we were in hell. One of the biggest tragedies will always be losing an important, wonderful member of our party. I'm gonna miss you a lot. A whole lot.
Don't cry, you'll make me cry.
Ivan turns away and walks back down the stairs, tears streaming down his face. Then before the next person steps up, he actually starts to play a somber song for her.
This is going to sound like I'm joking around, but I'm not. I want Lucid to fly up next.
Okay.
Lucid just kind of takes a moment to, land on Rose and just nuzzle her face. And he just kind of hops over to Shiloh and nuzzles him a little bit too, and then flies back down.
It is at this point that Amber and Hana Arden looks towards Amber and says, "Would you like to say a few words?"
Amber sluggishly goes up the stairs.
Shoving a drink.
Leans over. I'm sorry. You were the rose quartz of my hoard. I learned to give all creatures a chance because of you. And as a dragon, it's my duty to protect those smaller than me. And I didn't. Not for you. I failed you once. I won't fail again. I'm sorry, Rose. I hope you'll be at peace. Amber goes further to the side. Keeps her head down low.
Arden looks towards Owen.
When you were afraid, when you had made a choice to do what you felt was right, when you had an opportunity to stay out of harm's way, you made another choice. You put aside your fears. You put aside your own desires. You braved the outer planes in order to save others. You forgot yourself for a greater good. In your final moments, you were following the rest of us. Not out of your own wants. Not even necessarily to keep us safe. But because you could see a greater peril if you did not put forth effort of your own. You couldn't have known what would happen, even with your fears. But you still chose to come follow us, even after I had made it abundantly clear that you did not have to. I will appreciate that sentiment. You decided that it wasn't all all about your own personal wants or needs. And I do hope that this leads to rest for all eternity, that you may be happy in that rest.
Arden then looks at Hana with a questioning look, and then he looks towards the party.
Do you want to say anything to say goodbye to Hana? Rose, Hana?
I mean, I could, I think, maybe.
Only if you want to. You don't have to if you're uncomfortable.
I really only knew you for a little while, Rose, but you always tried to look out for me, even though you didn't like my mom or my grandma or I think even Arkov. But you looked after me for someone you cared about. And I really appreciate what you did. I'm sorry for running away, because if I hadn't, you wouldn't have had to go look for me. Then you might have still been here. Because I know they miss you. And thank you for listening to me when I was trying to learn how to read. And really glad that we don't have to eat you. I'm still sorry, but I'm glad that you have so many people here to say goodbye. Say hi to Arkov for me, please.
Arden moves over to Hana and just gently pats her on the head.
She sort of scurries back to where she was.
For such a young woman, you were wise beyond your years. I still remember the times that people mistook you for my daughter. I wasn't that much older than you. And many people balked at me taking orders from a 15-year-old. But I saw something in you nearly right away. You opened my eyes to a new way of thinking. I thought that studying the world was all there was to my life. But you showed me that knowledge without application was a waste. You showed me the majesty and happiness that's created when nature and civilization coexist in the right way. You laid the seeds for the ideal that your goddess dreamed for you. You did this, not I. All of this would not have happened if you hadn't started it. You may never have had a high opinion of yourself, but as you love to say to me, the evidence is all around us. And if it weren't for you, the bloody pigeon over there wouldn't have eaten the darned thing, and I would incur the wrath of several very upset tieflings. Arden steps down. Shelter? Shelter stands near the top of the gravestone. She begins to sing a song in an alien language. It sounds vaguely familiar, like you've heard Rose speak this language before. The others join in to the music in some unspoken cue. The song rings through the grove. The hauntingly beautiful notes seem to cause the very trees to sway in melancholy. You feel a strange urge to sing along with the chorus. Your memories of Rose resurfacing, and your emotions pushing through, and letting it go. Singing leaps unbidden out your mouths. You do not know how or why this is happening. Only that it is. And you feel a gentle voice, a small, nigh unintelligible instinct, urging you to just surrender yourself to whatever is happening. The wind blows through the trees, caressing you in thousands of gentle blankets. A clear, pure melody dances upon its breath, wishing to add its own voice to the chorus. Ivan, you feel a strong desire to pull out your lute and play. The wind has given you the tune, and it bids thee reply.
Oh, absolutely. Perform check.
The tune continues, with Shelter singing and Ivan's lute supporting her. Small spindly bits of wood grow out from the ground, wrapping themselves around Rose's wrists, legs, and torso. She is lifted above the gravestone and held as if she were standing up. The glowing spindles begin to wrap themselves around her legs, encasing them in solid wood. This continues up past her knees and up to her waist. A hollow tree trunk has now formed, and is seeming to accept her. Rose's body is gently laid in the center, and the trunk begins to close. For a split second before her face disappears behind the bark, you could swear you saw Rose smile. The tree continues to grow upward, its branches stretching farther and farther. Dozens of feathery leaves sprout from its edges. Looking up, the sun has descended behind the foliage. Yellow rays streak through the branches, bathing it in a curtain of light. Even as the melody continues, the tree stops moving, and you see it fully displayed. It is not an extravagant tree. In fact, you are pretty sure you've seen a million trees exactly like it. But there's something about it, that beyond its commonplace appearance, you get the feeling that there's more to it. It gives of itself, generously and asking nothing in return. It now stands over this grove, ever vigilant. It is a guardian, a watcher, a friend.
Yep.
As the notes echo off into the distance, the animals retreat to their homes. The chorus silently moves away, still singing. Shiloh caps the music off with a howl, not one merely of anguish, but also of triumph. The music fades out, and you don't hear anything anymore.
Ivan gently waves to the wind as it fades away. Thank you.
Arden looks towards you. Thank you for this. It was closure I think we all needed.
She always did like the forest more than any city you could name.
I think this is what she would have wanted.
Now then, he wrings his hands a little bit. I'm assuming you all have somewhere to be?
Not precisely, but we probably should go. Though, Faye looks over at Shiloh.
Shiloh's simply laying next to the tree.
Will you look after him?
Arden nods. I protected one animal. What's another?
And then she looks over at Starjay. Are you going to be staying here, or do you want to come with us?
Starjay looks over to Navain on his back, and then just feels like he's going to. And you get the feeling that he's going to stay.
All right. I guess this is where you belong now, huh? And she gives him a pat on the muzzle.
Arden says, "Well, for now." And Navain looks down to Hana and says, "Can she stay?"
Ember perks.
I mean, it's...
Arden says, I'm sorry, honey, what are you doing? I don't have many friends like me.
I mean, we don't know what's going on in Direction, and it would be safer for now if you were to stay out in a safe place, Hana, but it really is up to you.
Well, I mean, if I go to Direction, there's no real way for you all to prove that I'm who I say I am.
Mm-hmm. It would only be temporary.
When will you put me in the diamond?
Whenever you feel ready.
When my aunt comes out, could you put me in then? That way she could take care of me?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay. Then I guess I'll stay. But
Faye gives Hana a super tight hug.
I don't want to, but I know Arkoth would want me to be safe. And I know you all have something important to do. I already did what I could. Hana runs over to Amber and wraps her arms around her neck.
Amber shudders, lets out a deep cry, and then hugs her back tightly.
Amber, please. Don't shut them out for me, please.
Hana.
And if you ever need me, you know where I'll be.
Hana, it's complicated, Hana. I just want you all to be safe.
And I want you to be safe too. And I know they want that for you too.
Hana, don't. Amber lets go and then runs off.
Amber!
You catch protect her.
Yes,
You
we
have
will.
to.
We always
She's not gonna
do.
run far. She's gonna run like back to the town.
Not
We
back
always-
to the tavern, please.
How did you know? No.
How did you know? Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, she's gonna run back. More likely.
Then she goes over to Ivan and gives him a hug. Just, be patient, I guess.
I've been doing that for you don't know how long. But if it's for my friends, I'll do the best I can, I promise.
Then she goes over to Jalarum and gives him a hug. I hope you find another really cool rope.
Rip Snakey.
Ooh, that hurt.
Sorry.
Jalum just pats Hannah on the head.
Also, just take care of them.
He looks to the group. I'll do what I can.
She goes over to Owen, takes out Hubert, gives Hubert a hug, and then holds out Hubert to Owen. I don't think I can hug you, like, for real, but you could get a hug from him through me.
Oh, that is precious!
Once again, Owen would have to very carefully take Hubert without touching Hannah's hand.
Mm-hmm. Now you just have to hug him to get my hug.
I'll bear that in mind.
It's so that something's with you for a little while, but I want him back when I see you next.
I shall remember that.
Okay.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Faye takes off her circlet and hands it to her. I want this back too, so you take good care of it, okay?
Okay.
She hands her circlet to Hannah.
Hannah tries to put it on over her horns, and somehow it kind of barely fits.
Yeah, well, it is for the forehead, so I'm just gonna take the circlet of endure elements off my stuff now.
All right.
So very glad I have tissues.
I don't.
I don't.
I'm drowning in my own tears.
It's too cute.
Drowning it.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I work hard. I know how to hunt, and I know I can fix roofs, and I can hide in trees and do all sorts of things like that.
Arden pats her on the head. We'll work it out.
Okay. Just please come back for me.
I promise. We promise.
We'll come
Okay.
back.
Shelter moves over and says, "We will take care of her. We promise."
Thank you. Because trust me, Bator will look like a winter wonderland if anything happens to her.
Hana waves and sort of goes over to Starjay. I've heard about you. You're my aunts, aren't you?
Starjay gives a happy little whinny.
Thank you. Chris just brought me tissues. He's the best.
Yes, he is best. He is best boy.
Yes.
Second best, but he's in the top.
Are we gonna get into this now?
Oh yeah,
No.
apparently. Okay.
All right, let's go.